Welcome to our weekly conversations. This is a safe space for great conversations that are aimed to provoke the growth and success of founders. I am Cindy Joels and I'm happy to be your host of the day. You can kindly share with us your name, a fun fact about you, and where you're listening in from. One fun fact about me is I really love being around kids. Kids to me I call them little angels because I love how they are very innocent. They express themselves innocently and they always have ideas. In their company, I will always laugh. So it's funny how I really love kids, but that is actually a fun fact about me. I'd love to hear your fun facts in the chat box. So every week we hold our conversations and there's a team that is behind the scenes to ensure that it is very possible to serve you. The team consists of Jackie. Jacqueline is our hostess, more like we call her the bouncer of the founders conversation. She ensures that all of you are admitted in the room and the right people are admitted in the room. Then we have Nora Mboya. Nora is our chat hostess. She will keep us engaged in the chat. And in case a speaker says something and you'd like to refer, Nora will do that for us. Then we have Lillian. Lillian is on the screens, ensuring the slides are running perfectly well and you can see them clearly. And Ivan is live streaming the session. He is taking care of founders in the Facebook, those who are watching the Facebook session. So if you're on Facebook, welcome. Thank you so much. You can write your comments or questions, and Ivan will take care of that for us. So that is my service crew that ensure everything is smooth. So if you have any questions or anything you'd like to tell them, we prefer you reach out to them directly so that your questions are not lost in the chat room. So how did Founders Network come about? Founders Network is a group of entrepreneurs who have come together through partnership initiatives because of their burning passion to see fellow SMEs grow and succeed. This is an act and an affirmation of the saying that says, when we come together, great things happen. By being part of the network, you get to enjoy benefits such as mentoring by our certified coaches who have mastered their craft on their different areas of expertise. There's also peer-to-peer mentoring, which is highly effective, and it has formed the basis of very many great business partnerships. You'll also have access to networking in our virtual platforms, and COVID just made networking easy. You can travel and network with anyone across the globe just through your machine. The way we have people from Geneva, Uganda who come into our conversations. 3, you also have access to capital through our revolving fund that is known as Catalyst. So today in our lineup, we have a very interesting lineup. Being in the Founders Network is a part of the SME Founders Association. The delivery platforms are the Founders Profit Academy. It is a virtual academy for entrepreneurs, and the content presentation there is very user-friendly and practical, which gives founders an enjoyable experience that they can apply in their business and see them thrive. The online business expert helps business owners increase their productivity and visibility by aligning their processes with digital platforms for efficient running of the business, because now we know digital is something we cannot do without. And the Founders Network is a mentorship network where small and medium enterprises learn, network, and enhance their competence, compliance, and ability to access capital. Founders Network is a place every founder should be if they want to grow and thrive. So for today, this is what our lineup looks like. We will have our founders networking session, where we put founders in groups and they get to know each other and network. We cannot do without. after which we will have Frida Owinga, who is the founder of Passion Profit, and she will be taking us through the topic of the peak performance hacks. And finally, today we will have Njeri Ndungu. Njeri will update us on what is happening in the community and our opportunity reel. Today we have 10 bonuses to share. And to begin, and first off, to thank those who came in very early. We have, and who came in very early. We have a free ticket for them to the recovery hub. We have Purity Ndaiga and Wangari Washira. They just won themselves a ticket to the recovery hub. So be alert, and grab the other 8 bonuses that are left. People do businesses with people they know, like, and trust. And at Founders Conversation, we give you that opportunity where you can network and get to know each other and cultivate trust during the networking session. So Jackie will send you to your networking rooms and you will discuss the 2 questions for the day, which will be, do you delegate? And if no, you will share why. And if you delegate, you can share a tip with founders in your room. You will share with them how you've been able to delegate successfully. When you arrive into your rooms, you will choose a leader who will moderate your session. And the networking rooms are they have very exciting names. We have millionaires, high flyers, pace setters, and trailblazers. So if you see a pop-up box on your screen, just click on join and you will go into your breakout room and be ready to open your camera on arrival and have fun. Thank you so much for that. So anyone who'd like to share a tip, one more from the other group, one person? For us, we realized about OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. Founders were really afraid to delegate. So most of the people are delegating, but were cautious. That is ours. One more takeout from another group. Okay.
Yes. Yes, my group is High Flyer.
Salima, how are you?
Fine.
So the question was, were most of your team members delegating?
Yes, they do, except for 2.
Okay.
We are of us in a High Flyer group, and all of them do delegate. They said they delegate to free up time so that they can concentrate on other issues or tasks. And it's only 2 who delegate. Sometimes they don't. Let me talk about like James. James is an IT and he's in IT and solar industry. And he said he doesn't like delegating because he thinks the person he delegates to might not do the job as he wants it to be done. So I think he likes working for himself so that it can turn out to be perfect. And then Ruth, is it Ruth or Molly? Yeah, Molly.
Salima, so because you've said most of you do not delegate. Is there anyone who was delegating successfully? You share with us one tip.
I said all of them except 2. And we are 7 in this group, High Flyers. So it's only James and Molly. Molly is in insurance consultancy. And she said most of the times she likes doing the work by herself. So she only delegates when the work, she has a workload and maybe it is not 100%. And James also said the same, but the rest of the members, they all delegate and they like delegating. They said it is good because it frees up their time. I also like delegating.
Thank you so much for that, Salima. Thank you for sharing that. So founders, you can share your takeouts in the chat box of what you took out from your team. We'd like to hear it. We are going to invite our speaker. You know, at times I was a founder, because in our group, most people did not like delegating. They didn't feel confident about it. You know, at times I was a founder, your to-do list can be longer than the hours you have to work, and you end up with more overwhelm and frustration, as one of the founder in our group pointed out. So you end up with reasons instead of results. Today, we have the founder of Passion Profit, Frida Owinga. She's a certified business advisor and a peak performance mentor. She hates excuses with all her heart. So to Frida, everything under the sun is very much possible. She will always find a new way of doing things. And one of her quotes says, "If you do not like it, you change it." She's a mother of 3 sons and a grandmother to one little lady. So Frida's fun fact is she loves fatty meat. If you buy her fatty meat, you can probably have a good, that's a nice start for a conversation. And Frida, welcome on board. Should we buy you fatty meat now or later?
Fatty meat and white garlic. Okay. Can you hear me well?
We can hear you well.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's have the show on the road. There seems to be, okay, we're fine. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this morning. As you have been told, my name is Frida, and I know a couple of you know me. So today we are going to be talking about peak performance hacks. And in peak performance hacks, it's about how do you perform to produce the results that you desire. 5 reasons small businesses fail. This month we have been talking about let's do business. So you're going to be seeing this slide for a while. 5 reasons small businesses fail. Number 1, trying to do everything yourself. I know statistics tell us that we fail because of access to markets and access to capital. But at SME Founders Association, we have a different opinion. Businesses fail, number 1, and this is not my idea. This is the idea of where we got this is from the sources at the bottom of the screen there. So business owners trying to do everything for themselves. 1, because they feel they cannot afford to hire, or they don't know how to outsource or automate for the different reasons that you have shared. I had some people talking about OCD. They also lack online presence. Many people, until the rise of COVID, have been thinking that going into digital is for the young people. Some are reluctant because they find it's hard. Some because of personal reasons, they don't like it. You are in business to solve problems, not because of just showing up and showing off. So visibility online is not about you. Visibility online is about helping somebody know that you solve a problem. So don't be shy about going online. And if you're shy about going online, hang on and I'll let you know how you can go online in a very affordable way so that you can focus on doing the things that you love and enjoy. The other reason why businesses fail is ineffective leadership. Do you know that as a leader, you need to know what are the talents you need around you? How much time should be spent in solving the problems that you have chosen to solve? And if that is not happening in your organization, it's not about the team, it's about you, the founder, because all things rise and fall on you. So if your business is not running like clockwork, it's not about the people that you have around you. Because who brought the people around you in the first place? You're the one who chose them. You also have an opportunity to fire them. So the role of hiring and firing is squarely on your shoulder. Many times you're afraid to let people go because we feel this is somebody I started with. And as a founder, it gets very emotional because the people you start with, you owe them an allegiance. You feel this person gave their life and blood for this company. They need to stay on. Today, I want you to set you free. Anybody that you work with, you need to have 2 relationships with them. 1, you need to have the boss relationship. And then 2, you need to have the friend relationship. In the boss relationship, you must be very sure what you need this person to deliver. It needs to be written down. The person needs to know. So you need to have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries and you're afraid to hire or fire people, that is not healthy because business is business, all right? That's why this month we're saying, let's do business. The other 2 reasons why businesses fail will be covered in the topics to come. Today, I'll be focusing on the first 3. So when we carry on here, you're going to see, when you carry on here, you're going to see how to make sure that you're not doing everything yourself, how to deal with the issue of having online presence and all that, okay? So I'm going to be talking to you how to tame your tasks and teams to fit into your allotted time. And as I carry on, I want you to think, do you have a productivity map? A productivity map is a map that will show you how much time is spent in your company, what are people doing, and what are the results they're supposed to achieve. It gets very hard to do this on Google Sheets, Google Docs, and all that kind of thing. So you need to have a system. At SME Founders Association, we've just installed a system so that we can be able to manage our, CRM, our client relation management. We can be able to manage our finances, our operations. When we have short products, short programs, we can have a sprint. And in the sprint, we put the people who are going to manage the work, how much time they need to spend, and you can see it on a dashboard right in your system. Yes, because we have a cool guy in the team called Njao. All right. So if you would like something like that and you're tired of keeping up with who is doing what, you can have a dashboard and we can help you set it up. Just hang on with me and you'll get to know. So how do we tame our tasks and teams to fit into the allotted time? Many times you have a to-do list that is longer than 24 hours and you're wondering, how am I going to do this? Number one, everybody has 24 hours. Everybody has how many hours? 24. The founder has 24 hours. And who else has 24 hours? The team also has 24 hours. And you all have a common vision. A common vision is that thing that all of you want to achieve, the problem that you're solving. Everybody needs to be on task. What is the one thing they are doing to ensure that the ball gets to the goal? Just like you watch games, and this is a horrible example because I don't watch games, but I do know that in every game, there is a goal, there's a goalkeeper, and they're different, they're different kinds of, I don't know, midfielder, I don't know which one, you understand? But there's a goalkeeper. Who is the goalkeeper who is the goalkeeper for you to ensure that balls coming from the other side don't get in? There's a referee. The referee is the one who's always blowing the whistle. I think that's the operations guy. Always blowing the whistle when the ball has gone on the wrong side, all right? You need to have an operations person. The operations person makes sure that everything is running well, the ball is going on the right side, the ball is going to get on the goal. So to tame your tasks and teams to fit into the allotted time, it is not 24 hours. How many hours do they work? Is it 8 hours? Is it once a day? And when you start using this methodology, you will realize that you don't need to hire people 30 days. The work week of 30 days has gone away. And if you're looking for a job where you can go and sit for 30 days, number one, you're wasting your time because you're too brilliant to give 8 hours to one person, all right? You can give more hours to multiple people so that you can start getting multiple checks, but that is not my story for today. So number one, we have established everybody has 24 hours. You have 24 hours, your team has 24 hours. There are tasks that need to be done so that the organization runs. Who is going to carry these tasks? Let's pretend these are balls. Cindy's ball is to make sure that the founders conversation runs. She shared with you today who are the people in the background that help. Before Cindy came, before we moved founders conversation from Passion Profit to the association, I was doing everything. I would wake up in the morning. First, I'd have to think of the content. I'd wake up in the morning, open the Zoom room, show up, make sure there's stream live going on, make sure the chat people are happy in the chat. And then what else would I do? And then get ready to speak. One person. But today we have people. When we move the founders conversation to the SME Founders Association, we have Cindy doing the talk. We have people doing the live. We have somebody doing the live stream. We have somebody chatting with you in the chat, taking your questions. So that is how your company needs to run also. What are the different tasks that need to be done? What is your queen bee role? Your queen bee role, what do queen bees do? Who can tell me what queen bees do? Okay, just put in the chat session there. While I'm waiting for you, what do queen bees do? So you need to have a queen bee role. What is the one thing that you do and you do well? My queen bee role is speaking. I love speaking. I can speak anytime, anywhere. If you call me to talk about entrepreneurship and passion profit, you can call me in the middle of the night. I'll dress up, I'll start talking. I don't need any preparation. Not out of pride, but out of having done this over 25 years, made enough mistakes, made enough good talks, I can talk, all right? So that is what I do. So everybody else has something they do. For instance, Nora is a fantastic communicator. That is why she's in the chat room. So 3 things. So number 1, everybody has 24 hours. What is the one thing that you can do and do very well as the founder in delivering the vision? And then what other people do you need around you to ensure that that vision is done? For instance, at SME Founders Association, we have the CEO, because I don't know how to put all the things together. So we have Maurice. And then we have our operations queen, who is Chesubire. She ensures that all these things are put together. My head hurts when I just think of her work. And when I show up, I get really frustrated in trying to put the pieces together. I blow the whistle all the time. The players stop playing. So I don't show up anymore. Chesubire shows up with her whistle, and we have a fantastic broadcast for you. I hope you're getting it. Number 1, how much time do you need for your work to be done? We need Founders Conversation every Thursday morning. We do Ambassadors Information Session. If you'd like to volunteer at SME Founders Association, every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m., we have an Ambassadors Information Session. During the Ambassadors Information Session, our lead ambassador, Lillian, gets to tell you about what you can do to serve SMEs. Because this is a non-profit organization, we're an association, we're a registered association, and we support founders to grow. And maybe you're saying, I'd like to be in that space, especially now during COVID. We have what we call the Recovery Hub. And in the Recovery Hub, we have 20 tracks to support SMEs to innovate and rebuild their business. And as they do that, we need people to ensure that the event is running well, they get their links, they get their thank you email, they're properly served. You can be an ambassador and do that. So number 1, how much time is needed to do your work? On Tuesdays, we have the info session. On Thursdays, we have the Founders Conversation. During the week, we have different things going on. We have the online business experts, and we have the office management solutions going on also, and we are serving the members in the different things that they are doing. Thank you very much. Can you please go back 1 slide? So that is how SME Founders Association runs. So when you think of your time, what is the time that your company needs to run, which it's not running all the days of the week. I've told you key things that we do on Tuesday and Thursday, but on Monday to Friday, there are other things that are going on, and they're very critical people that get to do the work. So based on your vision, what is the work that needs to be done? Does it need to be done every day? Who needs to be doing that work? So that you can know what is your queen bee role. My queen bee role is speaking. My queen bee role is creating content for marketing. Then you start looking around, what other roles and responsibilities are required? And then that is the time, and then that is the team. And then allotting it into the time. You can do for a month. For instance, in the month of August, I observed and studied everybody in the team to really see what do they do from Monday to Friday. What you need to have a time analysis audit. So you can map what do they do every day, the time that they're at work, to figure out how much time do they really need to carry this work. Many people are on the job paying people for 30 days. You don't need to be paying people for 30 days. Secondly, you don't need to be waiting passively for a 30-day check. You need to know what is your queen bee role, which organizations need your queen bee role. This is Founders Conversation. We are all about SMEs. This is about startups. So this is not corporate thinking. You cannot use corporate thinking to produce results in the startup world. In the corporate thinking, you do the corporate kind of recruiting, you have your systems and get the people in, and that is great. But you're a startup. You need to grow your systems and structures as you go. And if you're not comfortable with the chaos and the confusion, it's going to be very hard for you. But you can also come to us and we'll help you. So once you know once you do the time audit to know how much time every team member needs, and how many days of the week they need to come, what are the roles and responsibilities that they need to do, you get a system, but that's not my talk for today. Njau talked about systems. Here is a very simple system directory that you can follow. Number one, you need to have a system that is consistently attracting leads. All right. Every Thursday we have founders conversation. We have founders that draw nigh to us. Then you need to have a website or an email marketing. Not website, or I'm sorry. You need to have a website, you need to have an email marketing system, and you need to have a presence on social media. Social media, the leads you get on social media are no longer yours if you don't remove them from social media and house them in your own email marketing system. Because when you're on social media, you will notice when you're looking at something on your news feed, very quickly something else will come on the left, on the right. Your news feed will soon be filled with very similar adverts. And that is what happens to you also. When somebody is looking at your social media post, the algorithms of social media will be showing them other things to the left and to the right. So you have competition right on your social media page. So if you don't have a way to generate these leads and take them to your email marketing system where you can nurture them on your own, that it's going to be a dead end. You're just going to have likes. You're not going to be able to have leads to convert. I'm sure if you've been coming here for a while, you do get a newsletter. If you get a newsletter every Monday, put in the chat section and so that we can see you there. And if you're not getting it, please put your email and the IT manager is going to pick your email. If you've been getting a newsletter every Monday morning, please put N in the chat. If you're not getting it, please put your email address and our IT manager is going to pick that up so that you start getting it. So every Monday, a newsletter goes out to our database, telling them what happened at Founders Conversation, what is going to happen ahead, any other offers that we have. So number one, once you know what is your role, what is the role of everybody else, then it is time to trim, it is time to transfer or trash. So number one, what do you need to refuse to do? I have refused to manage the team because Chesubire does it better than me. And Chesubire is our operations director. So she's the one who makes sure that the teams meet and they know what is happening. In the community, we have Cindy as the community manager, but we now have a community director because the community is growing. So you might hear Brenda calling you. Brenda's passion, when I interview people, I don't look at documents. I look at passion and vision. When I interviewed Brenda, the interview ended when I asked her, what is your vision? She said, my vision is to build thriving communities with local resources. I told her the meeting has ended, you are hired. And then later I started finding out what she knows, because you cannot know about somebody in one meeting, but you need to have questions that you will ask them. And that is my question. So if you want to know how to recruit and hire, there's another person who has that queen bee role. Her name is Jerry. She will give you the right questions to ask, what to think through about the people, because this is my own way of hiring people, especially when I'm hiring leaders around me. Remember, when I'm hiring leaders around me for the association, this is a volunteer-led organization. So there's one thing I'm looking for. I want to know if they will fit in the one role. The one role of community director, making sure that the community is running like clockwork. She can, because she has led community, she had led other community leaders in another nonprofit organization as a volunteer, and she has done it like clockwork. That's where I saw her. So you must be able to be sober, be alert around your networks, all right? Whether it's at church, whether it's in the family. As a founder, you must always be alert to look out for people that you can work with. That is effective leadership. Remember, we said earlier that the small businesses fail because of ineffective leadership. Ineffective leadership is discerning the times, understanding how to hire as a startup, understanding the systems of a startup and the systems of corporate are not the same. All right. So you may have excelled in the corporate, but you will do terribly badly in the startup. Because in corporate, you have a budget. When things are not working, you write a letter to your head office to send you money. In the startup, when there's no money, you have to be resourceful. You have to figure it out. How are you going to get people around you? John Maxwell said that the highest form of leadership is the ability to work with people on volunteer basis, not because you're smart, but you're smart enough to understand what are people's passion. And now the way the world is going, small business owners are going to need volunteers more than ever before. If you're not able to hire, be smart. get volunteers, and you can only get volunteers if you have a vision, a greater cause than you. At SFA, our vision is supporting SMEs to grow and succeed. It's a cause for anybody who cares about this country, who cares about our economy, and has 2 extra hours to give. As simple as that. So number 1, refuse things that you're not good at. I refuse operations because I'm not good at that. I refuse HR because I'm not good at that. We have Jerry for that. I refuse communication. When I write Nora Wants to Cry, Nora is our communication and PR director. She does this, she sends me a smiley, with the eyes closed. And Cindy, you better make sure you're watching me on the time. So number 1, refuse what you don't know how to do. So I've refused communication. I can do marketing communication, playing around with words, how to tame your team and tasks to fit into your allotted time. Those ones I can do, because as a visionary, you must know your value proposition. You must know the problem that you're solving so that you can use words appropriately. So number 1, refuse what you are not good at. Stay with what you're good at. Reduce what you're good at that somebody else can do. So you don't have to do everything. And then refer totally, transfer, refuse kabisa. And then there's some things that you're doing that must be done, but somebody else can do better than you, like the operations role, referring to the appropriate person, like the community director role, referring to the appropriate person. So the first thing, when you do your time audit and when you do your time audit, you're going to be able to see what work is done in your organization. Where is the time going? So last month when I followed everybody to see from beginning to the end, working with Jackie to see from the beginning to the end, how long does it take her if she has the appropriate tools and the appropriate system? So you're going to have to do that instead of copying what somebody else is doing, because this is your company is your cake. You're the baker of that cake. So every systems that every small business must have. Number 1, a system to attract prospects consistently. Every week, there has to be a way that you're generating leads. At SFA, every week we generate not less than 100 leads. On average, 100 or more. And if I'm lying, Lillian, you are allowed to put in the chat, Frida Owinga, because Lillian is the one who takes care of our data. She's the lead ambassador. So number 1, you need to have a system to attract leads every day. You need a website. You need an email marketing system. Number 2, you need to have a way to convert these leads. Converting these leads means following up. The fortune is in the follow-up, calling them, finding out what they do and what they need to do, all right? And then the next, and you can, with this, you can use the website and your email marketing tool. An email marketing tool will be able to send out emails to many people. If you use Gmail now, the emails will be stopped. They'll say you're spamming. So you need to get an email marketing tool. And on the Online Business Experts, we have different email marketing tools that can help you. Number 3, you need to deliver. So you have followed up, they want the item. You need to deliver on your commitment. No excuses. Like Cindy said, I don't like excuses. Small and medium excuses. We are becoming that instead of small and medium enterprises. So how will the product or services get to the client? What is the admin? The admin is making sure that the product is sent, the receipt is given, they have their ETR receipt, or whatever. When we're separating from Passion Profit to SFA, that is when I realized, thank God we have a finance director. We cannot use the ETR of Passion Profit on SFA. And I quickly started realizing that the members of the program are not Passion Profit clients, they're SFA clients. So we are in the process of that transitioning. So, but now because we have a finance director, it doesn't have to sit all in my head. When I hear numbers, I freeze. Okay, so like when I show up in the room for a dry run, the team freezes. When I hear numbers, I freeze. All right, so let's carry on. So there needs to be, the admin is a person, the work is delivered, there's a record kept, they get a receipt, they get the ETR, they get an invoice. If it is a subscription, there's an invoice going out to them. They're being reminded to pay. And this is part of finance and the community director here at SFA. It's going to take me a while to get used to saying SFA. And then you need to collect. If the person is not paying immediately, you need to have a way to ensure that they always pay, sending an invoice, sending a statement. And with our ERP system, we can help you do that. We have installed an ERP system as SFA that can handle many organizations, because we want to handle many organizations. And because some of you have been asking for the automation assessment, a couple of you have responded to the automation assessment and you have not gotten somebody to help you, please pardon us, because we are in the process of setting up that system. Somebody will get back to you this week. Brenda will make sure somebody gets back to you. So a simple way to tame your task and team to fit into your allotted time. Number one, you need to do a time audit. And in your time analysis, you want to see what is everybody doing and how much time does it take. And then you also want to see what are you doing and how much time does it take, so that you can know very clearly what are the things that you need to refuse as a founder, what are the things that you need to reduce. I love social media. If I was to go back to school again, I'd go and do a marketing something. I love marketing. I didn't even know it was called marketing. So what do you need to refuse? What do you need to reduce? And then what do you need to refer? Refuse is the things you need to stop doing totally. I loved doing the newsletter until Jackie came and saved me. So Jackie does the newsletter, all right? So now that is a refuse area. Reduce. Social media I've reduced. I still have to create the content, but I've reduced that. So what are the things that you need to refuse, reduce, or refer? What are those? After you do your time audit, you realize that. So let's carry on here. It may sound all a little confusing because this is not the way we are taught systems regularly, but this is the way it can work for a founder. This is the way it can work for an SME, and we have a system, an automated system that can help you do that. So there are some ways that we can help you to do that. And as I wind up my talk, I'm going to share with you 4 ways that the association can help you outsource, automate, or delegate. The first thing is you need to get to the recovery hub, because at the recovery hub, you're going to get a clockwork guide, my 7-step clockwork guide that will help you get all the 7 steps that you need to do. And I'll appreciate if the slide can be brought up. Thank you. So you need to have the recovery hub. You need to come to the recovery hub. The recovery hub is 20 tracks, and one of the tracks, there are 2 tracks in there actually that cover productivity clockwork guide, and you'll get that, just one of the things that you will get when you're in there. And in that network, in that clockwork guide, you're going to get the 7 steps of making your business a clockwork. So besides making your business a clockwork, you're also going to get other information to help you innovate, to help you rebuild a more resilient business. You're going to get an opportunity to network with founders and recovery mentors, and that's going to happen on the 21st to the 24th of this month. So this morning, I'm talking about how to tame your team and tasks to fit into the allotted time. And I'm telling you that if you're struggling with your time, if you're struggling with your team, you need to be at the recovery hub, because you're going to get my clockwork guide. Jerry is also going to be in the recovery hub talking about how the HR work that she does and how to recruit and retain and rebuild a resilient team. Chesubira is going to be there on how to communicate internally and with the staff, because she's the one who communicates with the staff internally, and she also helps us with the copy for the external clients. You'll get to know all that at the recovery hub, 20 knowledge tracks to help you innovate and rebuild a more resilient business. And one of the tracks is going to have the clockwork guide. This is why you should attend the recovery hub. Here are some tips. Here are some tips from the people who attended the recovery hub. And the people who attended the recovery hub, BM said, the recovery hub helped me clarify my thoughts. The content was well packaged. Trainers were enthusiastic and eager to help. The recovery hub goes over 4 days. Every day you have different tracks. Day 1, you have 6 tracks: how to reinvent your business, how to innovate with Maurice, Melvin, and Julia on day 1. And then on day 2, you have IT and, day 2, you have IT and innovation, which is Njao and Julia. On day 3, you have productivity and HR, which is Frida and Jerry. On day 4, you have our finance director, Irene, doing the Profit Fast methodology, and you also have Bernard Odote, who will be talking about the economic machine, the supply chain. So these are people that were in the Recovery Hub of August, and the Recovery Hub of September is coming up next week on 21st to the 24th. If you're still struggling with your business, that is going to be a good place for you to start. Another way we can help you is you can get an online business expert. And with an online business experts can do different tasks for you. If we can please move to the next slide. With the online business experts, you get to know, you get to understand what are the different things that your business needs to do. And we have an automation assessment there. If you filled the automation assessment last week, then that means somebody has not gotten back to you because you're in the process of putting the system together. Somebody will get to you this week. Could I please have the next slide? On the next slide, you're going to see online business experts, and online business experts, we can help you with lead generation strategies and toolkits. Remember, I said that the main system that you need is how to attract and convert clients. This needs to be happening in the background all the time. So when you fill the automation assessment, do you delegate? The automation assessment has some questions that will help us understand where you're at as a business. And these are some of the services that we can offer. You don't pick the service, we do the assessment and help you choose the service. So you can function in your desired zone by outsourcing, delegating, or automating. And if you stay till the end, Jerry is going to give us some tips today. She has, I think, 2 tickets for the Recovery Hub. I hope I'm not spilling your beans, Jerry. And she also has a 10% offer for the first order on your online business experts. So we do an assessment to understand where are you at and what do you need. And then we help you outsource, delegate, or automate. We have the support to do that. And if you're saying, and that is on the side of online digital marketing, on the side of the home office, we have a product that can help you when you're working from home. You know, COVID has pushed us all at home. So you can outsource your drudgery. Your drudgery is anything that needs to be done that you're not good at or don't wish to do. For instance, we must talk to people because we are a team of 15 now. So Chesubire takes care of that. So drudgery does not mean putting something down. You can operate in your drudgery zone or your desire zone. Drudgery zone are the things that need to be done. Finance must be done. That is my biggest my second biggest drudgery zone. All right. I like the money. I don't like the numbers on the worksheet. So our finance queen does that. All right. The profit queen. She has come to eradicate poverty from all of us. All right. So with the office management solutions, there are 2 things that we do. We know today many founders are working from home. You have to take care of the children. You have to keep the home clean. You have to eat right. You don't have time to cook. So you get anything that you get near you. I used to eat bread all the time until I got a home office manager who ensures that I have the right things to eat at the right time. So I just go into the fridge and I found a label. I find the food stacked in a label. One day I'll show you that picture. If you come for OMS, you'll be able to see that, because you're going to visit a home office and we're going to help you set up your home office in a way that you can work in your desired zone, outsource the drudgery to us, and then you can make the money. So today, Jerry is going to give a 10% off to the first order, to your first order of OMS in the month of September. Alrighty, so we can help you in 4 ways. If you need to outsource, delegate, or automate, the first way we can help you, join the Recovery Hub. Join the Recovery Hub and discover what you need to do to innovate and rebuild a resilient business. And then you can get an online business expert. Take the automation assessment. In the automation assessment, we're going to be able to help you. Do you need an online business expert or do you need a home office manager? All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Let's go to the next slide, please. Let's carry on. And you're going to see the 4th way we can help you is rejoin the network. You can join the network and become a member. If you're a member of the network, you can get all the services at discounted prices. But the first thing is that you need to join the network. The network helps you get competent, compliant, and ready to access capital. Founders have an opportunity to join Founders Conversation. In the Founders Conversation, they have exclusivity in the network rooms, and they also have another time when they get mentorship. Tonight, all the founders in the network are going to have a treat from Julia. Julia is one of our mentors. Julia is going to be doing the value proposition canvas in our private community. If you'd like to attend the private community value proposition canvas session, please put in the chat session. You will need to pay 1,000 shillings, and then you will be able to get access. If you want to get access to Founders Network, we have what we call ATM, Ask the Mentor. So today we are going to have Julia doing the value proposition. And when she does the value proposition, it's a closed event just for our members. So every Thursday evening, we have Ask the Mentor, and we bring different speakers. There's a time we brought the leader for the voices, the 5 voices, to help us understand our voices. So if you're from outside, you pay, but if you're a member, you get it free, and lots of other goodies. Alrighty, so Screen Master, what else do we have beyond this? Thank you so much for supporting me today. Supporting me on the screens is Lillian Koech. Lillian is our lead ambassador. So there are 4 ways that we can support you. Number 1, join the Recovery Hub, get 20 tracks on how to innovate your business, how to innovate and rebuild a more resilient business, happening next week, 21st to the 24th, 20 knowledge tracks. For just 2,500, you'll get Maurice, you'll get Melvin, you'll get Julia, you'll get a brand strategist, you'll get a supply chain expert, you'll get the finance person, you'll get Frida, and you'll get others for just 2,500, and you'll get other business owners to network with. So see you next week. Alrighty, let's have the questions. Do we have any questions? Nora, do we have any questions? Thank you so much. Am I getting it back to you, Cindy, or to Nora?
We only have one question, which was already answered. It was asking if they'll get the slides, if they can have the presentation.
Alrighty, to make, of course, if you signed up, you're going to get the presentation because you sign up here. And I'm being told their Recovery Hub is 2,500 plus 14% VAT. Thank you very much, Daktari. Can you please tell us the amount? Tell us the numbers are not my thing, and somebody's going to beat me up for that later. Please tell us the exact amount somebody needs to pay. I'm good at spending the money, Cindy.
We have a question. Susan Dirango has raised her hand. Susan?
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know how I did that.
You have a question?
No.
Susan, thank you so much for being here. I realized who you are after you left our networking room. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Susan is a member of Organization of Women in International Trade. I'm the current Executive Vice President, and we do have our... Susan, do you want to tell us about the event coming up? The virtual conference? Or am I putting you in a spot?
Yes, you could go ahead because I'm a bit distracted in my background.
Okay, that's fine. So Organization of Women in International Trade Nairobi will be having a virtual conference. We'll be having a virtual trade conference on the when? On the 26th and 27th. If you put your name there, you'd like to join the Organization of Women in International Trade. Our goal is to foster international trade across the nation, global international. International is global already, isn't it? Yeah, and the advancement of women in business. Right now, if you become a member, it's normally 15,000, but if you become a member there this month, it's 10,500. All right. So you're wondering, should I be a member of Founders Profit or Founders Network, or should I be a member of Always? All right. If you want to export, you must be a member of both. As a business owner, it's not about either or. It's about when do I become a member of an international network. Founders Network, and Maurice is going to kill me, is a global network, but the value of Always is that the value of Always is that it's international trade. But stories aside, Cindy, you have a question for me?
Yeah, we have one from James Kimani. James is asking, quote unquote, when you say you refuse to do things which you're not good at. So how do you outsource when it is very expensive rather than learn to do it yourself?
Oh my God, I love that question. James, I wish I could see your face. That is a mindset that founders, SME founders, need to stay away from. That how do I outsource when it is expensive? Fill the automation assessment form and find out what you need to outsource and what you need to delegate. That's why as SME Founders Association, we have created the Online Business Experts. The Online Business Experts is run by youth in apprenticeship with us. So it is not expensive, but it is quality work because we have directors at the level of supporting the youth to ensure they deliver on commitment on the brand of SFA. So you get quality work at a very affordable price. So do not go and learn. For heaven's sake, how many degrees are you going to get? If you start learning everything you need to run a business, you're going to run out of money faster than outsourcing or automating. So if you're out there and you feel you need to learn because outsourcing is expensive, you can't hire, delegating is expensive, you are a good candidate for getting on the automation assessment, and somebody will call you to discuss your needs with you and show you how we can help you. You can get somebody to do the follow-up calls for you. We can automate your prospect attraction system. You don't need to do anything, and you get on our system. You have a dashboard that will show you. I hope in the days to come, Joe is going to be able to show you a real example. And then you're going to be able to see the dashboard. How many prospects have you generated? How many are on which part of the what do you call it? Of the sales pipeline are they on? So you don't need to go and learn anything. Focus on what you do well. If I was to go and learn operations, go and learn PR, I don't know what, these people would not be here. So get the assessment and let us help you. Cindy?
That is all for the questions we have today. So anyone who wants to know how to outsource, delegate, can do the automation assessment. Then I'll repeat on what we say. Today we have bonuses, we have how do I call it? It's not even bonuses. We have a lot of free tickets to give away. I already gave out 2. I gave out 1 to Purity Ndaiga and Wagari Washira for the recovery hub. So hold on to your 2 tickets. And Frida, thank you so much for that. Let us invite Njeri, whose Queen Bee role is to give us opportunities for today. Njeri, what opportunities do you have for us today in the opportunity reel? Okay.
Hey founders, welcome to the opportunities that are available within our networks this week that is coming. Are you patriotic about your...
Can you hear?
No, we can't hear. Please turn up your volume a little bit, just to be.
1 second. All right.
As Chesubire is setting up the opportunity reel, you can share with us your takeout in the chat section.
All right. Should cut.
And also, if you'd like to know more about OWIT, you can just write OWIT in the chat box and your email address, and Frida will get back to you.
Hey founders, welcome to the opportunities that are available within our networks this week that is coming. Are you patriotic about your country? And would you like to be counted amongst the change makers who played an important role in steering the country's economy? If so, the SME Founders Association has just the perfect opportunity for you, becoming an ambassador. We consider an ambassador anyone who shows up with their gifts, talents, and expertise to support SMEs turn around their businesses and build them to be more resilient than they currently are. I'm an ambassador and I'm proud to be able to sow a seed for the next generation. plug into our info sessions every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. and learn on how you can also play your part in becoming an SME ambassador. The Founder Spotlight is also an opportunity for you to increase your brand visibility. You get to showcase your talent, your business before 5,000 SMEs. Our online business mentors will coach you on how to package and present yourself in an attractive and a professional way that attracts potential clients. All these benefits come to you at a very affordable cost. And you also get to share on your social networks a video that we'll have produced for you. Now, entrepreneurship can be a very lonely journey where you have to do everything yourself because of the various constraints that hit us at a startup point. But rest assured that with our online business experts, you get to have people who hold your hand and take away the mundane tasks from you by automation or outsourcing so that you're able to master and do the one thing that you are an expert in. Talk to our online business experts today and we'll definitely have a solution for your problems. Now, working from home is becoming the new normal, and companies as big as Google have also adopted the model of working at home. This, of course, presents a very fine line where you as the entrepreneur have to balance between your home, your personal time, your children, and that's why Office Management Solution comes in to offer you that much needed help. We take away the mundane tasks for you and free up your time so that you can concentrate on what is important for you. Talk to us. We have a solution that is just perfect for your needs. Would you like to be a part of a like-minded community that will challenge you and your business to become the best version of what you are right now? Get competent, get compliant, and get ready to access capital by joining the Founders Network. Become a part of a group that helps you grow with added benefits. Talk to us and we'll tell you how. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have our bootcamp. COVID brought us something that we did not know and we did not see coming. Join the Recovery Bootcamp because we have a virtual, intensive 4-day learning session that has 20 knowledge tracks which address different aspects of businesses. We'll work with you on how to innovate and rebuild a more resilient and thriving business, and of course an opportunity to network with other SME founders and our business recovery experts. The September cohort begins on the 21st of September. However, registration is closing on Friday the 18th of September. Please hurry because we'd love to have you on board. Finally, mentors, this coming week, you do not want to miss out on the conversation that we'll be having with our strategy expert, Dan Nuto, who will help us look at how we can adapt and pivot our business using strategy so that we can thrive. Remember, without a plan of where you're going, any road will lead you somewhere, but not necessarily where you want to be. Let strategy work for you. Let's talk with the expert next Thursday, same place, same time. See you there.
That was our opportunity queen on the opportunity reel, sharing our opportunities in the community. Njeri?
Yes, Nora.
Share with us. Bonuses were to be given today. I've already given out 2. What do you have in store for us?
Awesome, awesome. Today we've had a very lit chat room, but guess who takes the prize for the next Recovery Hub?
Who?
David Asanga. Drum rolls for David. Well done, David. You win yourself a ticket to the Recovery Hub. Now, Frida asked a question on the Queen Bee role. And guess who was the first one to answer that question? Drum rolls, Patricia Gadhuri. You get yourself a ticket to the Recovery Hub. Well done, Patricia. Well done, David. Now, Salima, when we came from the breakout rooms, you were the first to offer your feedback to the rest of the team, and you win yourself a ticket to the Recovery Hub. Yay, Salima, well done for you. Now, Zippy, you get, because of your contribution, a ticket for an online business expert to support your work. Yay! Well done, Zippy.
Hey, these are goodies, huh?
Yes, but I still have 2 more tickets to go. I have an office management solution ticket for a winner and a Recovery Hub ticket remaining for 1 more winner. Now, this is how you're going to win a team. I am going to ask 2 questions about today's presentation. Now, my chat room needs to go up on fire. So the questions are this. Frida talked about a lot of things that we can do for productivity. The first one in the chat room, Chat Queen, are you ready to give me the first person to answer?
We are ready.
Yes. So yes. In leadership, you need 2 relationships. Name them. Tick, talk. Tick.
Njori, are you allowed to participate?
No, I don't want the SFA team. I don't want anybody answering.
Okay.
I can see the answers coming. I can see Grace Ashiendo. Well done. You win the Recovery Hub ticket. Clap for Grace, everybody. We have 1 more bonus ticket to give away for the online, for the office management solution. Are you ready, people?
Yeah.
Now, what does a time audit help you to do? What does a time audit help you to do? Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
They're typing, they're typing.
David, you already got a ticket, so I'm going to pass this to somebody else. Tick, tock.
We have Susan.
Susan Durango. Yes, you get it. Well done, Susan. And now, Cindy, I pass it over to you. Well done to our winners today. Jane Zula, Belina, I value your contribution, everybody. Well done. Thank you for your concentration. Thank you for your attention. Let's go and turn around our businesses and let's make 2020 the best year yet, because we are no longer going to go back. We are no longer giving excuses. We are going to be more business experts that take business to the next level. Cindy, back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Njeri. That is our opportunity queen, all hyped up. When you see Njeri in the room, you become so alert. You'll get a lot of value-added bonuses like today. So Njeri, thank you so much for giving out the value-added bonuses. The winners, congratulations to all of you. So the broadcast was very interesting, and I got more of your takeouts in the chat box. And I'd like to end with a quote that says, a quote from Richard Branson, and he says, "Create the kind of work and company culture that will attract great talent. If you hire brilliant people, they will make work feel more like play." I'd love to go to work and feel like it's more like play, like you really don't get a lot of, the way you go to work, and people wake up on Monday and they're like, hey, it's Monday, it's work again. Work should be fun, you doing what you love most. So founders, we look forward to growing businesses for another week. So let's get to work and come back with testimonies of how streamlining the processes and being intentional about productivity has added value to your business. So have a great weekend and see you next Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Goodbye.